Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary, and every month I upload my monthly braces updates talking about the progress of my teeth, the lessons that I've learned for the past months, and the things that we can expect for the coming weeks. Hopefully you get something out of these videos because who knows, we might be going through the same journey together. For this month's updates, I'm gonna share with you first the start of my new treatment plan, which actually sums up all of the things that I'm going to share with you. Next is the major one, which is the installation of TADs in my lower jaw, which means that I already have 4 TADs in my mouth right now, which also made me struggle for a couple of days. Third is, if you watched my shorts, you probably knew that I struggled right after my adjustments to the point that I have to buy a painkiller in the drugstore just to ease the discomfort. All other updates include the changing of the wires and the cleaning of my braces in preparation for my new treatment plan. And thank you so much for my ortho for taking the time to clean up my teeth. So before I share with you the updates for this month, let me just give you a quick recap of what happened with the previous adjustments. If you're new here, I had my root canal tooth extracted last month, and if you wanted to know why I have to extract it, then you can watch this video. But for those who wanted to know the update for the extraction, thankfully it got healed. For those who have been tracking my progress, you know that I was a bit nervous after the extraction of my tooth because my root canal tooth has been infected, and I was scared at that time that it might have infected the neighboring teeth, or worse, the jawbone. But thankfully, everything is fine now. Also, I uploaded a short talking about the bracket I lost, which turned out that I swallowed it and it was never found. So I decided to go back to the clinic and have a new bracket reinstalled. And by the time that I went back home, it snapped. And I didn't go back to the clinic because I was busy with work. And if there's no bracket, then obviously there's a protruding wire here at the side, which luckily it did not hit my cheeks, but eventually it has reshaped itself. It breaks on its own. And this is how it looks like. But yeah, I didn't have to think about that for a couple of weeks or days. And again, I didn't go back to my clinic. But I think it's not a big deal though. So yeah, I think it was just fine. Now for the main updates, we finally started the first step to the new treatment plan, and that is the installation of TADs in my lower jaw. Surprisingly, the installation of the TADs right now is not the way that I expected it to be because it was painful. And I've already done an installation of TADs in my upper jaw before, but this one was different and it was challenging because given that it was drilled or screwed here at my lower jaw, and my orthodontist said that the lower jaw is harder compared to the upper jaw, so it took her some time to drill it down into my bone. And what's worse is, before, when I had the TADs installed in the upper jaw, it was just one at a time. So one TAD was screwed in, and then for the next adjustments, the other one was screwed in too. But now it was two of them installed here at the right and at the left. So if you wanna look at my mouth, I'm gonna be generous and show to you the picture of what it looks like. You'll see that my TADs are here at the bottom jaw. It's the two of them there, left and right. And I'm not sure if you can see here at the top, there's also a TAD there at the upper left and right of my jaw. I assume that by the time that I'm gonna upload this video, and I don't know when I can upload this video, but you probably watched my previous shorts right after I had my adjustments, and I was talking about how it felt so uncomfortable just right after the installation. And you probably look at the video that my mouth, especially that my lower jaw, is quite swollen. And actually, at that time, I cannot feel anything because the anesthesia is still there. But at the same time, there is some sort of a pressure that you can feel. And I remember that while I was driving, I can feel that the anesthesia is slowly going off from my jaw, and there is that kind of feeling that it is painful. Like there's something a discomfort going on. So in this video, you'll probably see that I talk weird and my lips, I don't know if it's visible or noticeable with you guys, but my lips are quite swollen and my whole jaw is so difficult to talk in front of the camera. And someone who's not really into painkillers, I have to take the meds at that time right after the adjustments because it's getting uncomfortable and I cannot work in front of my computer because I can slowly feel the pain in both sides of my jaw. I can recall at that time that my not whole, but half of my mouth, I would say it's what's the most challenging adjustments that I could ever experience for the year 2025, because I think the reason for that is since my TADs were installed, not only one but two, and aside from that, the adjustments were also done. So imagine how that would really impact pressure into my jaw and my teeth. And actually, I was just surprised because I've never really felt that pain when the were installed in my upper jaw. Anyway, I think I'm going in circles right now talking about my experience, but I would say for the first 48 hours after the adjustments was the worst days ever in my orthodontic treatment, because I also recalled at that night I accidentally hit my cheeks and my gums bled. That was the experience was dreadful. It's painful and it's not good. So moving on, obviously my jaw, my whole lower jaw got swollen and it lasted for like 7 days. And I don't know if it's still visible right now, but I don't really feel so much pain compared before. But I think my face, I mean, here at the lower jaw, I don't know if it's visible in the camera, but my jaw here is still a kind of bit swollen. Not only because of the tads, but also because of the poking wire that is hitting my cheeks. Also, I've noticed that I don't know if you guys who also wear metal braces, if you've noticed that the first day that you had your adjustments, everything is fine here at the back. But eventually, after a couple of days, you know that there's a movement. There's some sort of a developing poking wire at the back. I think that's the thing that happened to me. And up until now, it's still there. And so I use the dental wax to cover that. But there are still times that the wire gets through the dental wax, and so it's still hitting the cheeks. But eventually, I think the cheeks develop some callus now because of the wire. And it takes a lot of pain for them to be developed. But anyway, it's fine now, I think, hopefully. But the there's still a kind of a swelling that you can probably notice in this right side of my jaw compared to the left side. So next is I'll be talking about the wires of my braces, which were changed both at the top and the bottom. At the top, my orthodontist changed it into a thinner wire. I actually didn't ask why it has to be changed that way, but it was changed into a thinner wire, and also she included the both wisdom tooth at the top to have a bracket. So they're all connected now. Because before it was only at the second to the last molar at the back where the brackets are, and then now she included at the very last tooth, both left and right. So there's the side here where in the root canal were extracted, and so right now it's kind of connected with the, it's not, you cannot see it because it's inside, but the wire connects the second molar and then space the gap where the root canal tooth was supposed to be, and then the wisdom tooth, and that is the one that causing the hitting of my poking wire here at the side of my cheeks. At the bottom, my wire was also changed, but I did not ask if it's a thicker or the same thickness that my orthodontist placed. What I'm sure of is it's thicker compared to my upper wire in my upper jaw. So there are two different thickness of wires with my upper and lower jaw right now. And I chose the color teal. I have the teal color now with my braces. And aside from that, I'm thankful with my orthodontist because she took the time to clean my teeth and it's satisfying. All right, given all of the updates that I've shared with you guys, let's answer the question, what have I learned in the past month? Even though I don't want to take meds for pain reliever or something, I still have to take them because there will always be times that the pain would be very uncomfortable to the point that you cannot work, you cannot do some mundane tasks just to have them. So, for those who have their braces, I know you might also have experienced the same thing, and I would like to share with you that I also experienced them. And even though if you watch my previous videos, I would tell you what to do during some painful stages during your treatment, and because even I still struggle up until now with having these braces, and given that I'm already an adult, I think it doesn't make any difference if you're an adult or a teenager having them. It's just that if you're an adult, it takes longer for the teeth to move, I would say, because our bones are quite harder compared to the teens and the kids. So also, lastly, getting TADs and having your adjustments in one go is not for the faint of heart. It's difficult. And at least if you wanted to speed up maybe your treatment so that you don't have to go back and forth to have your TADs installed, then maybe you can do what I did. But it's just that I did not expect it to be this painful and feels like kind of uneasy or something. Lastly, what can we expect for the coming weeks? So right now, my jaw has finally improved. The swelling isn't much visible anymore, except for the poking wire here at the side. And hopefully this will go away soon. My expectation right now is to just focus on the healing of my lower jaw so that by next month, my orthodontist will have to activate my TADs and she will start to pull down my molars here at the lower jaw. For those who are not sure how the TADs work, maybe you can watch this video that I'm gonna insert here. But the TADs will only be activated 4 weeks after it was installed. So probably I will have to go back to my orthodontist last week of December. So I'm not sure if the next upload for the updates might be in the end of December or the first week of January. So we'll see and find out what happens next. Alright guys, so those were the updates of my adjustments for November. If you watched it till the end, then thank you so much for your support and for tracking my progress. And also, if you have any comments or questions that you want to share with me, or even your experiences with your braces, then don't hesitate to comment below and maybe we can relate with each other what's happening with your braces journey. And also, hopefully, you find this helpful with your braces experience as well. And at the same time, if you're new here, you can subscribe to the channel if you want to track my progress. And also, if you want other braces topics, tips, or whatsoever, you can go to my channel and watch my other videos. I'll see you on my next videos and thank you so much.